Welcome back to Blake's Take. I'm Blake Neiman, and I'll give you my take on local and national sports from the Willamette Valley and beyond. Welcome to a new week. Lots of great sports news. I hope y'all are getting a great start today with your Monday. And let's dive right into lots of sports action over the weekend, starting off with some great NFL matchups and upsets yesterday. Just some great action. Normally, I would talk about some Sunday Night Football since, that's the biggest game of the night, Sunday Night Football stage. And not denying that the Ravens and Patriots game was great and rainy. Very, very wet game. But the Bills versus Cardinals game was just probably one of the best games we will see this season. So I just have to talk about this one. The Cardinals would get things started on the opening drive with a drive down the field that would set up a field goal. However, on the next drive, the Bills would respond with some trickery with a Josh Allen having him some nice hands that would get him his second career receiving touchdown. Not much action would happen in the second quarter, with each team having a couple of field goals, one of which for the Bills came from 58 yards, which was crazy. Then Josh Allen would get things started in the third with a touchdown pass to Cole Beasley to take the 23-9 lead and really think that they were going to really extend this game and to start to take control. However, the Cardinals would then respond with a read option touchdown by Kyler Murray to shorten up the lead. Then at the end of the third quarter, Murray would have some razzle-dazzle with his legs to give the Cardinals the lead, and going into the fourth quarter, just really big turn of events in the third quarter by Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. The Bills wouldn't get anything going until 36 seconds remaining in the game, where Josh Allen would make a key connection to Stephon Diggs to take the lead and think that they were going to win this game. With 39 seconds left, there's not much a team can do besides a Hail Mary. However, with the Cardinals in their last chance, that's exactly what they did, with Kyler Murray rolling out in the pocket and throwing a Hail Mary full of glory, which was ended up being caught by DeAndre Hopkins for the game-winning touchdown. Just a miraculous catch in triple coverage. Oh, it was just stunning. The Cardinals would get the miraculous 32-30 victory in this game and take first place in the NFC West now. Just an incredible game between these two teams and the arguably very good teams in the NFL. And it was just a great jam-packed end to this game and just a great finish, once-in-a-lifetime game this season. So great action there. As far as the rest of the NFL, the Lions would get the close win over the Washington football team. The Bucs bounced back after a hard loss last week to the Saints. The Giants get their redemption against the Eagles. The Packers just keep on rolling with Aaron Rodgers doing his thing. The Browns win in the low-scoring battle with the Texans. Tua wins in the battle of the top picks with Justin Herbert. The Raiders roll over the Broncos. The Saints beat the 49ers. The Rams hand the Seahawks their third consecutive loss, so things not looking good in Seattle. The Steelers remain undefeated, and the Patriots upset the favorable AFC North winners besides the Steelers, the Ravens. They upset the Ravens, so momentum getting going in New England. And the Jets didn't lose this week. Oh, wait, they just had a bye week. So they'll play again next week and probably end up losing. But, it's nice to not lose in a week this time for the Jets. So all around great action in the NFL this weekend, and great upsets, great action, and just all around great football this weekend. As far as NBA, though, we are starting as Houston Rockets star James Harden considers his uncertain future with the Houston Rockets franchise. The Brooklyn Nets are a rising top pick for his place he wants to land this offseason. Harden has been increasingly uneasy about the Rockets' ability to compete for an NBA title and has been considering the possibility of pushing to play elsewhere before his contract expires. The Nets are believed to be considerably the viability for a deal for Harden, but it is unclear how far the franchise would go into delivering Houston the assets that it might require to get the hold on Harden. Harden's contract is not up for another 3 seasons, but it should be an interesting how it'll turn out. The Nets do have some great young all-stars and young players, and may be able to trade some draft picks over there and get a hold on it and maybe get a reunion between KD and Harden back when they made it to the finals in 2012 with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we'll see how this interesting talk turns out between the Houston Rockets organization and the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll see how that turns out. As far as local sports, we had two more great college football games this weekend with the Beavers and the Ducks. Starting off with the back and forth game between the Beavers and the Huskies. Oregon State would have an incredible start by taking advantage of the Huskies' failed punt attempt and then scrambled around, bouncing the football around all over the ground to ultimately end up scoring the touchdown and take the early 7-0 lead. Was one of their best players. They were the best plays that they will probably have all season. So great play there by the Beavs. However, on the next drive, the Huskies would respond with a Sean McGrew rushing touchdown to tie things up 7 apiece. Then Kamari Pleasant would punch one in for the Huskies to extend their lead. However, the Beavs would make it a one-score game on the next drive with a B.J. Baylor rushing touchdown. Then Dylan Morris would do a QB sneak to extend the Huskies' lead once again. However, then just with 23 seconds remaining in the half, Jamar Jefferson would punch one in for the Beavs to make it a one-score game once again going into halftime. So just a back-and-forth battle in the second quarter. In the second half, neither team would really get anything going, just getting shut down on both sides of the ball and having several turnovers and stuff until the Huskies would set up a field goal in the fourth quarter to ultimately get the 21-27 win over the Bees. So unfortunate loss for the Bees. Just really needed to show up in the second half, and they ended up not doing that. So unfortunate loss there. They're showing promise and improvements from last year, and so hopefully they can get things going next week in their battle next week. So great effort by the Bees, but we'll see how it turns out. On to the other game with number 11 Oregon facing off against the Beavers matchup last week in Washington State. The Ducks would get things started with a dish to DJ Johnson to take the early lead. However, the Cougars would respond right away with a pass to Lucas Bacon, who dived in for the touchdown. Yep, he got his bacon with that touchdown. With less than a minute remaining in the quarter, DeLauro would connect with Renard Bell to give the Cougars the 13-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. The Cougars would then have a pair of field goals in the second quarter to extend their lead 19-7 and really give Oregon a scare and a run for their money. Yet with just 9 seconds remaining in the half, C.J. Verdell would punch one in for the Ducks to make it a one-score game again and start making them back in control of this game. Then in the second half, just like last week, it was all Oregon, outscoring the Cougars 29-10 in the second half to give them the 43-29 victory. So another scare in the first half for the Oregon Ducks, but they just do their thing in the second half and keep on responding. So we'll see how this affects this first half performing gets better and see if it affects them throughout the rest of the season. But we'll see how it goes. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Blake's Take. I appreciate you all who support me, whether that be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And I'm just glad you all tune in to listen for some great sports news and the latest happenings around the sports world. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.